Hi, my name is Phil from Fun to Fix. In this video I'm going to attempt to unbend an iPad 6th Gen. Stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy this type of video, and if you are, please press that subscribe button to see more videos like this. Now let's get into it. So you can see it's powering up. So while it's powering up, let's just have a look at what I got here. So here is the eBay listing. So as you can see there, I paid £85 for this. And it's an iPad Pro 6th Gen, 32 gig. I contacted the seller directly, so he'd started the bidding round about sort of £59. So I contacted him asking what he'd let it go for, and he said 85. I thought it was reasonable for what it is in effect, £250 iPad. So as you say there, Apple iPad Pro 6th Gen, 32 gig, condition is used. I'm selling, it's my daughter's tablet and I'm buying a new one, but the tablet does work. The only problem is that the screen popped out and it's bent. It's also got a couple of dents in the back as well, but the screen is still intact, so it does come with a case. Well, the case was like a big butterfly thing, and it also comes with a charger as well, so that's a bonus. Actually got a charger with this one. So once it's sold, it'll be factory reset when I send it. So questions, please ask, no refunds, blah blah. So yep, it was factory reset, and what I've done, I've actually just done a full reinstall, just make sure it all come up, and it does. I mean, the screen works actually perfectly well. Nothing is wrong with it. Everything does work, but obviously you've got this here, and there's a slight gap there. As you can see, the screen has started coming, which is good because that's going to help me in getting the screen off, because it's already started to be lifted. So what I intend to do is to actually remove this screen, straighten out the case as best as I can, and when the case is straight, reapply the screen again. And hopefully at the end of that, for the cost of nothing, I will have an iPad for £85, which is an iPad 6th Gen. So let's get this screen off. So it's usual stuff. I've got a load of picks here, and we're going to start with them, and I've got my heater as well. So basically it's just a matter of being really steady, taking my time, to do not want this screen to crack. If it cracks, hey, it's cracked. It's only £18 for a new screen for these, but it just means messing around. So I'm hoping that I don't crack the screen, because this has got nicely fitted button and everything. So I don't want to crack the screen. So okay, let's get to it. So now let's try some bendy work. So got some pieces of wood here, a baseboard and a couple of G-clamps. So my idea is that I'm going to stand this up on a couple of the pieces of the wood, and then put another piece of wood across and see if I can G-clamp that down slowly, just to bring it back into shape. So as you can see, the bend is there on that side and it's there. So it's got a diagonal bend between those 2 points. So that's what I'm hopefully going to try and straighten here. So let's get it laid on these. We're going to go from here to here. So that should be like that. And that piece something like that. So bend to there. Right, so the bend is, let me just mark the bend with a piece of tape, and then I should be able to see from this side where the bends are. So the bend is there, and this side it's there. Alright, so let's have a look. If I put the iPad at the angle and the pieces of wood straight, that should be fine. Right, so I'm thinking now, if I put pressure down on here in a straight line, I hopefully can bring that back in shape. So what I'm going to do is widen these out a little bit so I've got a bit of flexibility. I'm leaving the logic board in for this. I don't think it's going to hurt bending it slightly like that, or the batteries, they're not cracked, it's been working, so I think we'll be okay. So the idea is put that on there and then just clamp that down with a G-clamp. So let's give that a go. So I'm going to need to overhang this from the bench. So let me just get this in a position. Right, so that's my setup there. So I've got the piece of wood here across the top, and what I can then do is start tightening these clamps. What I might do is I might put the angle for the camera down to, say, the side, so you can look in here and we hopefully can see it's starting to straighten up. So let me just alter that. Alright, so this is about the best angle I think I can get for you. So you can see there, so the iPad in there, and it's bent. So what I'm going to do is tighten these up bit by bit. And hopefully bring this back into shape. Seems to be bending. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it out now, I'm going to have a look and just check that I've not overbent it. Okay, so second attempt, I've changed tack slightly, so now I've put a piece of metal across here, so that doing exactly the same thing, so it's going from there straight across to the side, and now I should be able to just do it a bit more cleaner than the actual wood. The wood was too wide that way, so I thought the thinner the metal, and that's just going to kind of put the pressure just on where the bends are. So let's do that. Okay, so hold that. That's certainly bent on that side. Maybe a little bit. Hold on. Gone down on that side, so let's take that pressure off now. So let's take it out and let's check it. Right, we are back, and you know what, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's just move that out of the way. So really pushing down, there's hardly any movement on the corners, which is good. Down this way, again, it's pretty flat, but if you look at this, so I've got this steel ruler here. So if you look at the steel ruler now, if I put the steel ruler right to the edge there, you can hardly see, there's no daylight on it. As you go down a little bit, there is a little bit of daylight, but that's only like the centre of the iPad is bored a little bit, which doesn't really matter. And obviously you've got that dent which is remaining here. I'd have to take the logic board off to press that out, which I'm not that worried about that. But this edge, the actual edge itself, is pretty straight. So, you know, I'm happy with that. I've measured, because what we're looking at is to get the glass to fit on correctly. So if you haven't got a straight edge here, then the glass isn't going to sit right. But it looks like it's pretty straight. So, as you can see now, I think that's just the camera, that's when we put a little curve in it. It's actually dead straight. There is a little bit of a kink there, and it does go a little bit of a kink, but it should be okay. This side is perfectly straight, so I'm happy with that. So there's nothing on that side. But yeah, you can still feel underneath. So the dent, there's a slight dent there where it originally was dented, and obviously the main part there, but that's really just the back. As long as this edge is square here, then the glass will fit to it. So let's get the glass and let's just try the glass in place and just see if it fits back on there. and sits nicely, because that's the thing, once you put it on, you need to glue it down, then it needs to sit tight to the actual screen. So let me get the glass back out. So I haven't cleaned all the sticky off the glass yet, so there's still a little bit of sticky mess on there, but I'll get that sorted soon. So obviously get the right way around, and need these to be inside, so it's probably just okay just leaving them there, because we're just going to fit the glass on as we would normally and see if it then goes on. So if you look now, there is still a slight gap there, but it's only very, very small, and it hasn't pushed the screen out because it fits perfectly well at this side now, and it fits perfectly well all the way around. So I'm happy that it's nice and flat, is that? So that screen fits on really well. So I'm happy to let's start the reassembly process. So let's get it back together. So part one of the reassembly would be to clean this screen, because I think there may be a couple of little marks on the inside. So I just want to make sure that they're clear, and then apply the new sticky set that I've got on there on the glass, ready to be put onto the case itself. So let's do that. So here's my sticky set, so let's get them stuck onto the glass. So it's now time for the final test, just to see if everything is still working. So let's pop the screen back on. So I've got the battery still disconnected. So it needs digitizer first. So let's test it again. Okay, so powered up. Reconnected, powered up, so let's just test. So take one of these and jiggle and go away, make sure that we can get around the screen, which we can, so that looks good, so that's not a problem. So home button, over there, home button, yep, so home button's working okay, so that's looking alright. So let's open this up again, and then finally let's put it all back together correctly and stick the screen down. So let's do that. Right, so now it's time to remove the other side of the sticky and get the glue and stick it down. So we'll add a bit of glue, as always, just to mainly to the corners, just to stop them coming up, and then with it being square now, then if the corners stay down, then the edges will stay down as well. Now we use a bit of the glue. Okay, it's all down now, so I'm going to put this under pressure and leave it for a good few hours so that the glue can set, and then we'll come back to after that and check it all out. So there you have it, I managed to fix this iPad 6th Gen, which was bent, and it's now straight as a die. And basically the iPad cost me £85 plus £8 postage, so £93 in total. And the only thing I had to buy for this was the sticker set for the screen, which was £3. So £96 in total for this iPad 6th Gen, which today in current market is worth between sort of £200 and £240. A couple of dents still on the back, but hey, I reckon I'll be able to get about £220 for this when I sell it. So that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to sell this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Until next time, take care.